All right. So I had black. This, again, game 75, delay 5. This game was played tonight. Tom F51 subscribed. Hooray. Okay. And then he didn't play D5. He played E3. Which is, okay. And then we did this kind of stuff. Something. Yeah, now he made an unusual move. Bishop to D3. If you're not going to play D5, it's probably better to play Bishop E2. But in this instance, it really didn't matter very much as the game went. But obviously, you could still play D5 and play some kind of Benoni with the pawn here. But he's not going to play D5 on move 3. He's not going to play it now. All right. So I could take and play D5 or play D5 now or just play sort of boring. I played D5 now. And he castled. And the engine says this is all, reasonable. Normally, they would take with the pawn. And I've had these kinds of positions before with this pawn structure. My opponent took with the knight, which is not as good. And now black clearly has an advantage. Play E5. Obviously, knight F3 loses a piece to E4. So the knight has to find some other square. He played knight b3. And I haven't looked at this game with an engine. Obviously, the last 10 moves of the game are not engine worthy. But now's a good time to look with an engine. He played knight b3. That's fine. I played d4. The engine wants me to play e4 and then take. I could do that. After d4, it says it's equal. Now my opponent made a very bad move. And when you do analysis with the chess.com engine, it lists the top 3 moves. Probably I could change that if I wanted. But anyway, this ain't one of the top 3 moves. So this was his first real mistake of the game. He should either take, which is what I would do, or play knight e4. Or take and then play knight e4. But he played knight e2, always retreat. Yeah, now the engine says he's strategically lost for obvious reasons. Rawr! Now, he can't play bishop c2 because of d3, so he has to go to b1. d3, obviously. Now, the question is, can I hang on to these pawns, or is he going to capture them? And since he didn't try to capture them, I won the game quite easily. And it's funny, if you watch my stream, you also won't try to capture them, because you have to break an important rule to capture them. But he didn't do that. He played here, which the engine doesn't like, although, I don't know, it seems like all the moves are about the same to me. Yeah. And basically, in this position, at some point, white plays f3, or white doesn't play f3. So, if he doesn't play f3, I got this going on. So even though f3 is a terrible weakening of his king and the e3 pawn, he's got to play at every move. Because if this sits here too long, you'll see what happens. What happens isn't good. Or I played knight c6. That's what Stockfish recommends. Okay, now to me he must play f3, but he did not, and the engine actually plays his move. So let me see why f3 is bad. I assume I take it, but I'm not sure. It says everything wins. Knight e5, bishop e6, and taking it. They're all +2, +3 for black. All right. He played knight to d2. All right. Attacking my pawn. And see, right now the engine goes here, and then here, which seems a bit silly. And then here and here. I played rook e8. Not the number 1 engine move. And he definitely has to play f3 now. And after f3, the engine says I'm up 1.5. And he played a3, which is a bit slow. And I decided if he's not going to play f3 when he played knight d2, and he's not going to play f3 when he played a3, maybe he's not going to play f3. Therefore, I should play h5. And that's that's the second engine move. The engine goes here. And if he doesn't play f3, I mean, h4 is just winning. So the engine says after f3, I'm up 2.5 by just taking it. And he didn't do that. So then, this is just winning. So, I mean, after f3, I'm also winning. But there's winning and there's winning. There's winning where it's 100% you're going to win. Then there's winning where if your opponent's better than you, you're still going to lose. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put it in H. Right. He played rook e1. Yeah. I played h4, obviously. And he went back to f1. The engine actually sacks a piece because it's better to be down a piece than this position, in the engine's opinion. Can engines have opinions? Dr. Twerk21 subscribed. Yeah. Okay, so now materials equal, and the engine says I'm up 7.3. And I played the best move. Obviously, white wants to play h3. Then black is sort of stuck on the king side. So I play h3. That's the correct move. Man, now the truth hurts. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, luckily my phone was in the other room. I don't want to get forfeited. But I remember it was this point in the game because I did the time mathematics. And I got a text from God here at this point, and he wanted to borrow my gun. So I was like, no, man. Yeah. Okay, so he played g3, exclam. I played the engine move, bishop g4. Yeah, now the problem with f3 now is I take it, and if you take back, your knight's pinned, and you lose all your pieces. f3, it says black is up 8.71, and it still says it's the best move. He played queen b3, playing for mate, but for the wrong side getting mated. And since I'm a grandmaster, you guys can't do this, but I can. I played queen g2 mate, and the game ended. So that was a pretty good game. Yeah, can't beat that. Now, actually, I didn't do that somehow. Not sure how. Did it later. Okay, so the engine wants to play knight e5, which makes sense. I play queen d7. I want to get my queen in here, and I want to defend my pawn and get my rook out. So that's a good move, queen d7. He played bishop a2. It's got a menacing battery here. And let's see. Yeah, white's position is not very good. I played bishop e2. The reason I played bishop e2 wasn't to put my bishop on e2. It was to free the g4 square for my queen or my knight. And that seemed like the best square for my bishop was e2. He played queen b5. And I could play a6 or rook e5. It was a difficult decision. The engine says a6 is better, but it doesn't matter. I played rook e5. It says I'm +9. So he played c5, which is the best move. And I played rook f5. So eventually, I want to sack here and play queen f5 check, and knight g4, and queen f2, followed by etc. He played queen c4, and now he's on this pawn and this pawn. So these kind of sacrifices don't probably not a good idea. So I played Morphy's move. My rook's doing Vishwa nothing. So I played rook e8, defending my e-pawn again. And that way, if I play knight g4, I'm still defending my e-pawn. Okay. And the problem with sacrificing the exchange, hoping that I take, which is winning for black, is I play the Zwischenzug knight e5, and then the truth hurts. He can't move his queen away from this. So yeah. So that's not good for him. So he can't even sacrifice the exchange, optimally. Now, he was worried about this if he played something like b4. So he played a preparatory move, rook b1. Very suspicious. Okay, knight e5, queen d4. And now I played the winning tactic, which the engine isn't playing, but I'm sure my move is right. So I have to wait for the engine to catch up to my brilliance. And it did. Very good. I was getting worried for a second that, I did something wrong. Yeah, the engine says my move is plus 13. On the other hand, it says other moves are plus 13 that don't do anything. But you got to play tactically if you want to get the donations. So I played rook takes f2. Now, he's got two moves that make sense. He could take the rook or he could take my queen. He took my queen, so let's see what happens if he takes the rook. I was going to check here, and he plays king g1. Then I was going to play I was going to play this. Right. Oh, wait, was I going to play this or this? Man, that's a tough question. This was my original intention, but I think I decided to play that during the game. This is mate in 6, and this is mate in 7. So, doesn't matter. And then if he takes, I take with the queen, and this is hard to stop. He's got some spite checks, but, Ma Puyanga subscribed. Good. All right, so he took the queen, and now I played the greatest Zwischenzug of all time, because after the Zwischenzug, the engine announces mate. So that's pretty good Zwischenzug. Oh, rook f2 is definitely good. Yeah. Some of your Zwischenzugs aren't too good. You got to do a lot of cheating, but a lot is 2 words. Okay, I played rook g2 check. And now I considered not taking his queen and playing for knight f2 mate. And in fact, this move and this move and this move are all mate in 7. So it doesn't matter what I do. I could not take the queen and allow queen f7 check. What's happening? And it's still mate in 7 because knight f2 mate is hard to stop. Anyway, I took the queen because that seemed safe. And now I want to play knight g4, knight f2 mate. And it's easy to stop. You could stop it by resigning. That would be a good way to stop it. Okay, he played b4, getting the queenside initiative. Knight g4. And, yeah. Now, he missed the best move, which I think is obvious to you guys at home. What's the best move for white? Resigns. Yeah, but he blundered. He took this. Now, I wasn't sure if I should play bishop f3 or rook e4 as far as mating more quickly. It turns out they're both mate in 4, so it's the same. I took the knight, and then he found resigns. Good find. So he didn't do well that game. Yeah. Kobe. Yeah, when the game ended, my opponent said, man, I wish I was Kobe right about now.